happy to have you here today. We're about to start the show, hooray. Welcome to Amy's Art Cabaret. Oh, so Barb.
Welcome. Hello, Barb. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Barb, Archer's here, and he has a question for you.
Yes.
Who is that extra person here?
I'm not sure. She just wandered in off the street.
Oh.
I mean, she's dressed up all glam. So
yes.
maybe we should ask her.
Sparkling lights behind.
Oh, wait, she
Ooh.
has things at the bottom of her screen. It says Kim Ayers at Kim Ayers on all social. I think that's who it is. Hello, Miss Kim Ayers at Kim Ayers on all social. How are you today?
I am doing great. I know I could have done what you did with just the @ but yeah, maybe I'll have to edit that later today.
It's all right. It's just to literally help everyone. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, Kim, I think that Barb and I know you. Archer has never met you before, but he's my little penguin guy. He was born on the show, in case you were wondering.
Wow.
And he is made of an egg carton and some felt.
Great.
And so with this upcycling, Archer, he was wondering if you're into upcycling and recycling.
100,000,000%. I have been an avid recycler since 1978, actually. There was a really big program in Montclair, New Jersey, where I was living. And obviously that was one of the earlier ones because, late 70s really didn't catch on. And then after I moved to Boston in 1980, in Watertown, Massachusetts, they had a pretty big recycling program. So I'm a hardcore recycler. I tell people, I even recycle price tags on things, those kind of paper, and the little plastic things that they're attached to, that goes in the because it would get lost in plastics recycling. They probably wouldn't know what number it is, things like that. So I'm a super proud recycler. I call myself, so I live at this really cool complex, I guess you'd say, and there's 12 of us that live there, or about 12, whatever. And I always tell people I'm the recycling Nazi. So be careful of what you throw in your blue bins because I will know.
You will know.
I will know. Like, this is a thing, is what I don't understand. People think paper towels, and this is, I know, gross because I use this to, wipe down. Paper towels are not recyclable, even though the word paper is in there, totally not recyclable. So don't put them in the blue bins, just put them in the trash. Same goes obviously with tissues, but you'd be surprised like how many paper towels I see. And it's like people. So yeah, so I'll recycle anything. I look for those numbers. I know the PP stands for polypropylene, all the numbers and letters and everything. 7 is other, which is the nightmare of recycling. So yeah, so totally recycling, upcycling. I'm really big into it because I think everything can be usable.
Yeah,
I not to run too much, but if anybody knows this Swiss culture, I'm half Swiss technically. My mom's born and raised in Paris, but comes from Swiss parentage. They recycle everything there, and they always have. They put the bottles to empty the last drop of detergent and everything like this. This is part of the culture there. So now I really realize why I'm so hardcore recycling, because I think it's in my DNA.
It's in your DNA. Grandma and grandpa, they were doing it. That's awesome. I think the only hard thing about recycling, if there was to be a hard thing, is that there are different rules in different towns. For instance, and also not everyone has a blue bin. I've learned, like where I live, the bins are purple, instead of blue.
So I wouldn't know what to do.
You wouldn't know what to do.
I just leave it in my car and bring it back home.
You find a blue bin. Bringing it and leaving it in your car is perfect, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So and then a big one that really is variable is styrofoam. LA recycles styrofoam, which is I'll actually pull big pieces of styrofoam out of the trash just to put them in the blue bin. But I know not every community does recycling of styrofoam, and I don't know how the hell they do that because it's not a really good recyclable material.
No, it goes
But
everywhere.
that's not the problem. I just know that they take that, which is really good. So speaking of recycling and stuff, so you know packing peanuts, right?
Yes.
So I've got to find an app developer. Although if there's somebody clever out there, maybe I should
Someone
propose.
listening now.
All right, everybody's got to promise they're not going to steal my idea.
I heard nothing.
So I had a retail store for 12 years. We'd constantly be receiving things, what, packed in what? Packing peanuts, right? So even then, I was putting the packing peanuts in a bag and bringing them to the UPS store. Well, first of all, UPS stores, they're not taking packing peanuts anymore.
I didn't know they ever did.
They did, yeah, because they just used them. They didn't resell them. They just used it when they pack things, but they're not doing that anymore. Probably because it's kind of a mess. And maybe it's for ecological reasons too, I should hope. But anyway, so these stores wind up with tons of packing peanuts and they usually just throw them out. Bad. So the places that use them to pack their products, what I want to get developed is an app. So that you sign into the app, and I want to like run it as a nonprofit. You sign into the app, and let's say you're, Amy Bauer Designs store. Okay, so you've got a whole bunch of products, and you've got a bag. Okay, so now what happens when you sign up for it? As the person that collects the packing peanuts, they're standard size bags. And this is how packing peanuts are delivered. UPS, it's a standard size bag. And it's actually kind of big. It's like 5 feet tall and maybe about this wide and stuff. So you sign in and you get either a half size bag or a full size bag. They're standard size bags. So you get the bags. Then when you've cleaned, when you have a bag of clean styrofoam packing peanuts, you go online and you find a business that needs them to pack. Let's say it's, Mike's Manufacturing. So you go, oh, Mike's Manufacturing, you print out a prepaid label, you slap that on the bag, and it goes straight to Mike's Manufacturing so that they don't have to keep buying it. And so what happens too is that, let's say, because some people don't know how to take care of packing peanuts and they throw cigarettes in them and, coffee cups and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, when Mike's Manufacturing gets packing peanuts from somebody that doesn't know how to take care of them, guess what?
Are they blacklisted?
Send me a clean bag of packing peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
So it's this whole cycle of, you never know where your packing peanuts are going to go. It keeps them out of the environment. They can, I don't know if I get so anal about using, because there's the styrofoam ones and then there's the ones that dissolve that are made out of cornstarch. So I don't know. I mean, if you keep them separate or what, I mean, that's something to figure out. But I really think that would be a great program because it keeps the people from having to buy them and it keeps them out of the waste stream.
That's true.
Yes, and it would totally all be app driven at this point. So
I like that. And then it could take off into other countries, and then you would have to say not the blue bin, but in Australia you'd have to say the yellow bin.
The yellow bin.
Exactly. And you know what? I came up with the name of the program too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Popcorn and Peanuts.
Very cute. Very cute.
So that's, I've always been driven by recycling. Anybody need boxes? I've got boxes. Find out who needs them.
That's like you're probably in your local buy nothing group, aren't you?
Absolutely, I'm pretty active in it actually. So between getting and giving, because it's so funny. It's so gratifying because when you give away something, you're like, oh my God, thank God I don't have this anymore. And then when you get something, you're like, oh my God, thank God I have this because I didn't have to buy it. So it really, truly works both ways. I really love that program a lot. I've been, like I say, pretty active in it too.
Oh, yeah, I've been too. I haven't gotten anything in a while because I haven't needed anything. But even when I wanted a bicycle pump and the lady was like, you have to take all these other things with it, I was like, okay. And then I gave all the other things away.
Right, exactly.
The pump. So yes, it worked out well. So I thought we would do some upcycling crafting or some kind of crafting today for a little bit, and then we'll play a game. But first, Barb and I were thinking about what we're going to make. I don't know if you know what you're going to work on, Kim. Do you know?
I do.
What are you going to do? Tell us.
I'm going going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
We
never
can't
mind.
see as it goes.
It's a little saucy.
Oh, okay, then don't tell us. We'll just hide over here.
I know. When it comes time for the big reveal. See, that's why I put my computer up so I can work down here and you can't see what I'm doing.
It's
Oh,
true.
okay. Well, I was thinking about putting. What are you doing, Amy?
I am going to make a penguin in honor of Archer. I'm going to make a penguin ornament that I can display on a tree or wherever, because it's Christmas.
Because it is. Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
Hanukkah's over, so it's almost Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I might display him forever.
Well, there you go.
Forever. What are you going to do, Barb?
I've got my. So I'm at work right now. You might notice this is not the same place. Sorry, I'm not at home. I'm somewhere else that has all this stuff back here. Because I've got stuff to do.
And work is a creative reuse center. Barb is in the outside inside.
That's creative reuse
outside
center. So
and
I've got all
inside
kinds
at
of
the same
recycling
time.
materials.
Yes, almost everything
Yeah, so if
behind
you hear any voices, that's the neighbors.
Right.
Yep.
you.
But I am going to draw because I'm just into that like lately. I've got this and I'm thinking about I want to get like a quote going. I also like organized colors.
Oh, very, very organized. Look, they're all separated out. And where are these markers, like donated markers?
These are donated markers.
Yes.
These we've had here.
Keeping with the upcycle theme.
Keeping with the upcycle theme. But I'm gonna upcycle a quote and draw it.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what yet, though.
Oh, I also forgot to mention my penguin's going to be made out of interior design samples that would have been in the rubbish bin, but they are now in my hands.
Fabulous.
And Kim, I'm definitely using the scissors that are sewing scissors only. Don't cut paper with these. These are grandma inherited.
Don't cut hair.
Oh yeah, don't cut your hair with them.
I don't understand how people can cut their hair in a mirror. I'd be like,
it's tricky.
Right now, everything I'm doing right now is backwards. Barb is over there.
I would like stab
over
my.
there.
It wouldn't work. I know. I don't know how people do it.
It's crazy, but good. Well, Kim, you can ask us questions. We'll ask you questions. Do we have any questions for Kim, Barb?
What's your name, Kim?
What is your? We got that one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so you have to try to do it backwards. My name's over there. Wait,
right. Like,
where are you? How about that? Where are you?
Yes, where are you, Kim? I usually ask that ahead of time.
I'm in. There we go. I have a creative studio in beautiful Culver City, and it's the size of a big garage. And it's where I do a lot of my writing because I do a lot of writing, and I also shoot video here too. So it's great because I can't get anything done at home. I have a cute little dog, and whenever I look at him, I'm like, oh, I have to take care of my cute little dog. Or I have my big refrigerator with ice cream in it. Or my place is a mess and I can't get it around. So this is why I have the studio, because this is where I do my work. So that's where I am.
Are you saying your cute little dog's not with you right now?
He is. He's snoozing out. Skippy
oh, okay. We won't wake him up because I've been to his birthday parties. And how old is he now?
He's 15.
15. Tiny little dog, 15. You gonna show us a picture of? Oh, hold on. Let's see a picture. Oh, look over. You got it.
There you go.
Aww. Oh, he's not that tiny, even though he looks like he's on a paper plate in that one. How many pounds would you say he is?
He's 18 pounds.
Okay, so yeah, he's a little
here,
bigger than my cat.
Yeah.
My cat's a little big. Oh my God, look at that. Look at the teeth.
Yep. He has the teeth.
I know, he totally has the teeth.
So yeah, the teeth.
So
not teeth.
There we go. Exactly. So are we multitasking then, huh?
Yes, we're trying to multitask.
All right,
We're
this is
doing
going
the impossible.
to be difficult, but I think I'll be able to do this. So
Your secret project.
I begin. Yeah, well, you know what's okay. So I know that it's all about crafting. So I'm going to tell you why I'm so tied into crafting.
Oh,
Is
that's good.
as I had mentioned that I'm half Swiss, and I actually come from a family of Swiss watchmakers,
Ooh.
and not just any family of Swiss watchmaking, the pioneer of Swiss watchmaking.
Ooh.
So it's the guy, yeah, Jacques. So I speak French, so if I get like all "Hey" on you, that's why. So I know, so that's how I roll. So
like
it's Jacques Frédéric Aurier, okay? So Jacques
Mhm.
Frédéric Aurier is a 7 times great grandfather, and he is recognized as the pioneer because he revolutionized the Swiss clock-making history and turned clocks into watches by inventing the spring balance.
Ooh.
So when I go to Switzerland, everybody's like, you're an Aurier? Oh my God. It's like saying, going to wine country and saying you're a Rothschild, So it's pretty cool. I've been to Switzerland a few times, and there's these great museums there dedicated to watchmaking. And there's one, horology is the art of timekeeping devices. So it's La Musée de l'Horlogerie, which is the Museum of Horology. And so I was there. Okay, so I was there one time, and my mom had always told me about something my great grandfather made, her father, and it's a diorama of a Swiss watchmaking factory. And so I always knew that was out there. Well, where is it? It's at this museum. So
That's so cool.
I'm at the museum. This was 89, and there's a diorama. It starts with J.F. Aurier, and it goes all the way to this watchmaking diorama scene that's got dolls about 12 inches high, and they're sitting at a Swiss watchmaker's bench. Now, a Swiss watchmaker's bench is so incredible. It's got drawers that are only this wide for like gears and tiny things. So they've got the watchmakers sitting at a watchmaker's bench, which is a miniature version of it, and of course all the drawers open. And then there's miniature watchmaking tools on the bench, and they all work.
Oh my gosh.
Because in Switzerland, you make a lot of your tools, because, maybe a lot of that's changed. I don't know. But that was the thing, is you would make your tools. So they made miniature versions of the tools that they made. So this diorama has people sitting in a watchmaker shop with the bench and then the mini tools. So I'm there, like I said, this was in 1989, and I'm looking at it and thinking, damn, my great grandfather made this. So behind me, there were some American tourists. And I just turned to him and I said, oh, my great grandfather made this. And they're like, sure.
They didn't believe you.
They couldn't believe it. I said, no, so they still gave me like a little bit of the, yeah, sure he did, But yeah, so that's what happened was, I've always had really, and I'm not too much, really incredible manual dexterity, which is totally genetic. It's totally genetic. It's so genetic. This is like the trippiest thing. My mom gave me the box of tools that my grandfather made. So his watchmaking tools. So they're really customized and everything. So she gave them to me. I opened up the box and I could pick them up and know exactly how to hold them.
Oh.
And she looked at me and she's like, how did you learn how to hold them? Because she had a heavy French accent. I just kind of looked at her like, yeah, could be look at my DNA. So yeah, so that was totally cool. So what I did was being a child of the 70s, I did macrame, and I actually taught macrame at high school, at the high school level, and also at the college adult ed program. I also taught it on cable TV, if anybody remembers cable TV.
I do.
Taught it at Ocean County Public Library, where I worked all through high school and stuff. So that was like really cool. And so I would macrame thread into little owl pins that were 1-inch square.
That is so hard to do.
They were the same as my full-size owls. So yeah, so I just because I can do that. So what happened, which is really funny, so I was making these macrame owls for a little hippy dippy gift shop, because again, the 70s. And it was 1972, I was in 8th grade. I know if you're doing the math, I was born in 1958. So I was making these owls, and then I saw something in a magazine, and I'm like, I could make that. So I made it, because I can copy macrame like this.
That's cool.
Because I know. So I went to the little hippy dippy craft store, and I showed her what I made, and she looked at it, and her first line was, "Why would anyone want to hang up their plants?" That's how far ahead of the game I was. If I had just patented that stuff, yeah, those fern bars, all mine.
Oh man, I got 2 macrame plant holders in my apartment.
Plant hangers. That's me. That's me. So yeah, so that was that. And so yeah, so I mean, I haven't done macrame in a long time. I actually really like it. It kind of makes me chuckle to see that it's kind of discovering a resurgence.
It is.
Yeah, so I make macrame earrings too that are really awesome with what's the material is wax linen, because wax linen is really durable and you can wear them in the shower and it doesn't matter and all stuff like that. So I use wax linen, and then what else? I make, of course, keychains and a whole bunch of other things.
You should be teaching macrame classes.
I should be teaching macrame classes. One time I taught macrame to like 200 people at the same time, simultaneously. It was at the Ocean County Fair, and it was, we had hay baling cord, which is like a heavy,
it's thick, yeah.
It's thick. It's not jute, but it's really rough on your hands. So I couldn't make anything that was too complex, because your hands, you feel it right here and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because it was like in a microphone. Okay, put a knot at the top. So you want to get into the center of your cord. Okay, everybody doing that? Okay, show me. Okay, great. All right. And I'm like, this is how you do the thing, And so I actually would run around and check everybody's work,
Oh my God.
Of course, it turned into high comedy because that's how I roll. And, but yeah, people really made plant hangers, so I was pretty happy with that. Everybody was happy with it. So yeah, oops, there. I'm doing
Barb, do you have any macrame in your apartment?
I'm trying to think if I do. I don't know if I do, although I do remember doing macrame when I was younger and thinking it was a lot of fun and kind of wanting to do that. So I kind of have plans. In fact, I've got a spot that I want to set up into a new kind of standing desk, and I would like to do macrame and have plants kind of hanging off the front of it, like in front of the window.
Great.
Or probably fake plants, just because I kill plants.
You kill them?
Unintentionally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not like anti-plant or anything. I'm just
got a little worried about it.
Real bad at it.
That's it. Yeah, no, it can happen for sure. Yeah. So yeah, so sometimes I'm like, I really, and this is a thing for my earrings, especially, I still have my collection of craft stuff. So the little tiny beads, all the, I keep saying, I gotta use them, and I never get around to it. I'm sure everybody in craft world knows exactly what that feeling is like. You're like, yeah, I'll get to it. I don't want to get rid of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Meanwhile, I have thousands of beads. Not beads, buttons. Thousands of buttons.
Exactly. Okay, I'm sure everybody can relate to this, okay? Is whenever I go to a Michael's store, I like telling one of the clerks, usually I like to try to get somebody that might understand this. I go, you know what? Out of all this great stuff, there's one thing that you really don't sell. And they look at you like,
what is
I
it?
said, you don't sell time.
To do all these projects.
That's what you need to do everything that's sold at Michael's is you need time. You can't buy that. So that's my like kind of riddle.
No, you can't buy it, but Kim, you could make it for us.
I could make time. I try to make time as much as I can.
Time for us. Yeah.
Literally, you can make a watch for us.
Oh, that's true.
Good.
Right.
Time maker. Well, you're related to time makers.
You're related to time makers.
You
Oh,
have
this is great.
blood.
I just made something that's funny.
The reveal coming up soon.
So the big reveal coming up soon. This is great. Yeah, see, I mean, even with this, I should tune it. Okay. I love making myself laugh because if you don't laugh at yourself, nobody else will.
It's true.
There's no harm in it. There is no harm in getting laughed at. Everybody's like, oh, well, it's like, you know what? Laughter's a great physical release for everybody. These days, we sure as nuts need something like that too. So I laugh a lot. If people laugh at me, all the better. I have a line, it's so true. It's, I care what you think about, because I do, but I don't care what you think about me. You know, because that's your stuff, whatever you think about, you know. If anybody's Googled my name, they'll probably realize why. I say
That might be a suggestion, but people, if anyone watching is Googling Kim's name, you're going to understand the upcoming game.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's
We're
a
only
dark
doing
topic,
this
but it's you know, it could be all ages, but if you feel a little uncomfortable.
No, yeah, no, I don't. I'll
You don't
feel
think so?
it's not all ages.
It's not
Okay,
really
it's
all
not
ages.
all ages. I take it back. I take it back.
Well, I mean, it could be, but I just
It depends on the parent.
Yeah.
Depends on the parents.
I just exactly.
How many, as you said before we started, Kim, it depends on what kind of conversation the parent wants to have with their kid.
Right. And,
how long you want to talk.
And I wonder if, you know, Amy's crafting center time is the best place for it. But I do that. I do have, I do teach kids age appropriate sex ed.
Oh, that's important.
And I emphasize the age appropriate thing because, you know, a 5-year-old is going to have different questions than a 10-year-old, 10-year-old different than 12-year-old, 12-year-old different than 14. I mean, it's like so close of the age differences of understanding understanding that I think it's really critical to, you know, not make such a big deal of it. Well, obviously, but just that, you know, knowing about it means it's okay. It doesn't mean, you know, hey kids, go run out and have it, you know. I mean, definitely.
No, because when my eldest niece was 4, she was asking where babies come from.
And
well, I won't say. Well, most of the family members kind of ran away, and one of them told me she asked me that where babies come from. I'm like, what'd you say? Well, I didn't. Well, now she's probably still wondering what the answer to that question is.
Yeah, she's probably Googling it and knows everything.
She's 4, and you know.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Learned, yeah.
4, it's just kind of like, you know how chickens make an egg, you know, and I mean, you can totally you bring it down to their level.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll just go, oh, and that's it. You know, people put so much stuff on it. And when especially when it's a really little kid, they'll just be like, oh, you know, they have a question of why is the sky blue? You know, why is it yellow? Well, you have a dog here. So that's the whole thing is people fear talking to kids about sex because, oh my God, they're going to want, and it's like, no, it brings them up healthy. It lets them know, just, you know, how to identify parts of their body and if there's something wrong or if something's good, you know, I mean, you can definitely, you know, tell them there's some things that can be done that should be done in private. And that's the only place, as long as it makes you happy and nobody gets hurt, you know, I mean, just little kids understand that, you know, as long as you get happy and no one else gets hurt, it'll be like, okay, you know, and stuff. So, and it's very different ages, like I say, and they're and curiosities and stuff, and that's why I like to just kind of make it a healthy experience when kids ask, because it should be.
So Kim, when you
Yeah.
were a kid asking that question, did anyone answer?
No, that
Mhm.
explains a lot, huh? No, it was health class. It's funny because I think my brother brought stuff up. I think my mom's been dead like what it's wait, what are we 2000? Jesus, she died 03. So that's a
Wow.
long time ago. I know. It's like, God, when you think about it, it's crazy. So so she died a while ago, but he brought up something that I was like, oh, I never thought of that. Is I think she like did not have a very happy sexual health childhood, if you kind of know what I mean. And because and I hadn't quite thought of that until he brought it up and gave me examples. And then it was like, oh, I can totally see that, of just kind of like not her responses to me, but just how she kind of like would acknowledge it and then move right along, and just not positive at all, because I don't think she had a positive experience. So this is the whole thing, is that if, and I deal with like a lot of people around sexual trauma and stuff like that. If you've personally experienced it, do not pass that anguish on to your child. Because it's not going to, you're not going to break the system. They're going to get negative thoughts around sexuality. They're going to, it's going to really impact them. And wait for like later in life, you can tell them if you really feel like you want to tell them something. But for when it comes to teaching, it's better just to, nuts and bolts, that type of stuff. And like I said, if, it's so funny because like a lot of parents are just so uncomfortable talking about this stuff with their kids that they like to have somebody else do it.
At least they have someone do it.
Have someone do it for sure. And, when they have someone else do it, then it kind of takes them off the hook. And then that way the kids, kind of don't look at their parents like a weird way, because it was coming from their parents, but they can still kind of be like, oh, that's how I was made. Because, that line is, you can never imagine your parents having sex. But,
No. But I just came here. I don't know how it happened.
Stork.
The stork brought me. Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't even hear that one, I don't think, but that's probably true.
Amy definitely came from the stork.
I came from the stork.
I think so. I'm going to get something that's on the other side of my table here.
Oh, look, it's moving away. Don't leave anyone. I hope we didn't scare anyone away.
Feel free
I
went to the other side of the table.
You went to the other side of the table too?
I did. I went to get a pen. This particular pen. Because I like it. Yes.
Are you expressing a mood right now?
This
I'm reading what you wrote.
Do you want it? Can you actually read it?
Mm-hmm.
This is a quote by Austin Burroughs. If you can read the whole thing. I am myself mad. No, made.
Made. I thought mad.
I thought it mad too. I was like,
well, because I haven't finished that word. Amy asked me in the middle of D, so I am myself and mad.
I gotta check in with Barb. She's not happy right now.
I could just start right there. I could just stop there. I myself am mad.
Perfect.
That's like, I've got something funny on my phone. Let me crack it out.
Crack out the phone.
Crack out.
This is definitely, I'm mad at myself. But it's pretty funny, so don't be afraid.
Here,
Don't be afraid.
Now that we've started in on that, I am going to
put the E.
Switch things up.
Paint the mandala to control your stress.
Oh no. Well done.
I'm like, that's brilliant. That is totally brilliant.
This pen is not the same. It's not going to work.
It's not the same as the pen you were using before.
No, it's like I knew it was different, but I was hoping I'd be able to match it. Alas, no. I'll color them differently. That's all right.
I
Yeah.
know.
Are we? Yeah.
Because you're
So
just
then
doing the outline right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to start our game 15 minutes in, but we got
Sweet. Yeah.
into talking that it's been 35 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Should we get into the game?
So we should get into our game. My penguin has got wings, and I'm putting them together. So if I don't finish him this episode, we'll show him another time.
So should we give our disclaimer at this point?
Oh yes, everyone who is what would you say? What's the age? Disclaimer.
That's entirely up to.
I mean, it's up to the parent. I mean, it's not. Okay, so if you haven't figured out, I'm in the sexuality business, have been for 27 years, very proud of it. And my big thing is education. What I'll be showing, some people might call explicit, some people just might call funny. So
We'll be discussing adult topics.
Adult topics.
So if you got kids in the room and you don't want them
discussing adult topics
part
with
of that
you.
conversation, this would be a good time to
do this.
go find something else to do. Go do some art in another room.
Yes.
Okay, so that's really important. So just want to let you all know that so that everybody's comfortable with
So
it.
this game is starts with Kim holding stuff that Barb and I try to figure out what it is you're holding and ask questions, and anyone in the chat box can join in too if you feel like it. It would be awesome to see if I think we'll be able to guess what the items are, but maybe not what they're made of or stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay, Kim, go.
Okay, so basically, this is not so much my crafting space. So I had fun with these.
Ooh.
I know what those are.
I know what those are too.
The bag of googly eyes.
Is that an adult thing?
It can
I have
be.
a bag of googly eyes. I didn't know.
So if you put them on anything, it makes them hysterical.
That's true.
So
that is true. Our first item. How are the googly eyes attached? How are they not flying off?
Take me to your leader. Well, I'm not gluing anything on anything. So it's just got Scotch tape on it, a little tiny loop of Scotch tape.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
Like that. And I did use 2 eyes, but I'm like, no, I think I can do 3. So this is multi-speed. Here we go. So the eyes are going to go faster.
Okay. Let's see if they fly off.
They'll fly off maybe if I turn it sideways.
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. Is it going?
They're just a spin thing. So wait. So if we're gonna guess about this thing, my question is, where are the controls? Because that makes a big difference on figuring out where something is. It's hiding behind the your name. Can you see?
Yeah. Go the other way.
Your left.
Oh, so she's pushing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, on the side there.
It's on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of.
All right.
I'm tired right here. Yeah. Well, yeah. I totally need to recharge it. So this is called the Zoomio, and it's a pinpoint vibrator.
It seems like for a very small pinpoint location.
Very pinpoint.
Very, very small, detailed
very
location.
Precise. Right. And they actually, a lot of times they use, because again, the health thing, a lot of times they'll use these for kids that have sensory issues. Is they'll use these pinpoint ones for like awareness and stuff like that. So it's not like something large that's a sensory thing. And they can kind of sometimes just tickle, like, oh, and use this more as a toy as opposed to what it's really made for. So I've heard a lot of physical therapists using this. And also too, is that if, around paralysis, you use a thing called the Wartenberg wheel, which is a wheel that has pins on it all the way around. And the pins are about 1/16 of an inch apart from each other. And that's to check nerve damage, because the way where nerves respond, they're like 1/16 inches apart from each other. So something like this also can work well for that. But we like it as a little spinning robot-y thing.
And you said it's rechargeable, which
About 95% of sex toys out there these days are rechargeable. It's a huge amount.
That's good.
Which makes me sad also, because why? I also worked in the technical library for Duracell. Did a lot of things. Trust me on that one.
But I mean, some of them rechargeable batteries, or are they all just plug in recharge?
They're all plug-in USB rechargeable.
Okay,
well, yeah, but there's a battery inside of there that's being recharged.
Yeah, it's usually a lithium-ion battery.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother thing too. It's funny that you bring that up in recycling and everything. There's actually a company in Long Beach that recycles electronics parts that will take adult toys.
Really?
Oh,
Because if you people get so skeeved out about it, it's like, well, first of all, they're clean, because I know a few stores now that when, return like 3 toys from them, and or return 3 toys and they give you a $5 gift certificate, which I think is awesome. So they, the toys have to be clean. When they're handled, they have gloves. I mean, it's like, so it's a company that actually recycles children's toys. And they said, yeah, why wouldn't we do adult toys too? So they're the ones that really take the motors apart and all things like that, because a majority of these things do have motors and stuff. So
do they have a life cycle, or do people just want a newer item?
They want a newer item usually, because and a lot of
have some things on them break and other parts still be fine.
For sure. And I always joked, I had my own sex toy store for 12 years from 93 to 05. And I said, if somebody could create a vibrator repair company, they would make millions. People love their toy. And then when it dies, they're like, it's like the end of the world, And then
teach how to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just little electronics, I mean, it's not rocket science, as they say. And it's so funny because when people would want a replacement, they're like, oh, my toy died. I'm like, can you describe it? They're like, it was pink.
That's almost
so
it was one of everything.
My car died. It was gray, You're like, no. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard that way too many times. So, which is all true. So the next thing I have up is I call Cyclops.
Oh, let's see what this is. We're ready.
I didn't quite make it, but it was made.
Nice.
You put an eyeball on it. It's perfect.
Wait, I know this. I recognize this.
Cyclops has power. Cyclops will mesmerize you.
It looks like there's arms and legs. The little wing that's on.
Cyclops. Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I recognize about this?
Yes. What do you recognize?
I recognize that looks 3D printed.
I
also recognize that is a 3D printed file that you sent to me in my inbox.
I did?
You did.
Well, there you go, huh? See, things I kind of forget that I do. So, so it is 3D printed. I got it off of Etsy. A small crafter who we all love. And it's pretty amazing. It's a 3D model of a woman's clitoris. So this is the thing. A lot of people do not realize this is where Cyclops' eyeball is can be very mesmerizing to get lost in that. But it's actually part of a larger system. This is usually all internal. Sometimes it's way more internal for some women. Some women, it's really obvious. Like you can really feel this back part of it. And then these are part of the glands. Now this part here is kind of closer to the entrance to the vagina, and then these are the bulbs. It's called the clitoral bulbs, and these are actually during penetration they get stimulated and they can swell up like this. So a lot of people think that just this is it. It's like no. It's a much larger structure than what you see with the naked eye.
And when it's got an eyeball and it's blue, it does look like a guy holding, like, you know, a monster holding the side, swinging its legs.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, this one came with a handy holder, so I liked this one because, you know, when they're lying flat like that, they just don't look good when they kind of like this.
I like the holder, yeah.
Yeah, the holder's great, so I really like it.
And what is the material? Was it just plastic from 3D printing, or did they use silicone? Or
no, it's plastic 3D printing. So Bart can tell you more about that. So yeah,
well, it's likely either PLA or ABS.
I think it's
else, but
I think it's ABS. Yeah.
Okay.
So and it's all rigidy, like a you know, like a 3D print thing. So yeah, so I like it, and then the tippy top part of it there.
That's where it was on the print bed.
Yeah, where it got sliced off.
So was it upside down?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Learn something every day.
Yeah, it looks like it's printed in 2 parts. Yeah, see, that's the top. They didn't really do much post-processing on that print. There's also kind of a weird, never mind. I have thoughts about the print.
You would do it differently.
I know. It serves its purpose as an educational tool, that's for sure. So speaking of educational tool, this is something that a friend of mine makes, extremely handcrafted.
Okay.
She's been making these for like 28 years. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
It's the wondrous vulva puppet. Yay!
I love it. The eyeballs are just too much.
Oh, look at that. With the perfect ring light in it, huh? There you go. So this is vulva puppet. You can go to vulvapuppet.com. That's Dory Lane's site. She's been a longtime friend, and she makes these by hand. So it's pretty amazing. So, and her inspiration was when she started making them, she had 2 little kids, and she was like, how can I teach them about the vulva? And she had a catcher's mitt in her hand. And so which is kind of like a giant hand puppet, if you think about it, right?
That's true,
so that's how it started, and that's how like the size of it started. So she makes I use these for education constantly, because what it is it's explicit, and it's anatomically correct, but it's not scary for women. Because
not scary at all, especially
it's you know, the women have such a hard time with seeing themselves. That's a whole nother class and everything. So what I love about it, okay, so it's the pubic mons like this. It's out of velvet, and this is the clitoral hood, which is all satiny. If you lift it up, there's a clitoris there. Whee! There you go, nice and happy. So there you go. And then this is the inner labia, you know, and this is the thing, and these are the outer labia. Now, a lot of times doctors and stuff will call it the labia majora and labia minora, like, because they say these are smaller, but for some women, these are larger, and it's not that they're deformed. So I like saying inner and outer because it's a lot better. Besides which, labia minora is what you put 8 candles in at Hanukkah. Ow, ow, ow,
terrible.
So I like in and outer. So then when you open it up, it's pretty, like I say, anatomically correct. Here's the urethra and the urethral opening. And so that's about where it is. And to just go a little bit on the inside, and you'll see it right there. So she represents it with little rosebud. And then when you go this is technically the G-spot area right here. So with the stimulation of the G-spot area and the meaty area on the inside of just like right there, it's the whole thing. Everybody thinks the G-spot's way in there. It's not. It's like pretty close. So with the stimulation, some women can ejaculate. So then that's when when they ejaculate, sometimes they can shoot it out, and you actually see like real muscular tissue getting pushed out of the vagina, and that's actually like the muscles, the PC muscle that you throw up there and stuff. So it's, well, PC muscle, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so this actually, when you bear down, you can see a little bit more. You can see this right here. And then you go further in, this is the vagina. Like a lot of people think this is the vagina. It's like, no, this is the vulva. So when you go further in, it's the vagina. And then at the end of the vagina, it's the cervix, which is at the end of the uterus. And then the cervix has a hole in it. And that's where, you know, fluid comes out. And that's also the hole that gets dilated during childbirth. So, you know, oh, when they're 2 centimeters or 5, it's that hole. And that hole is called the os.
Mm.
So every woman has an os hole.
Oh. Oh.
So and it's a great Scrabble word. It's only 2 letters. It fits in corners really well. OS. So yeah, so the os hole. So I decided to do a little glamming up of that too.
And so you look like you had a lot of control with your hand on that puppet.
Because it is a hand puppet. I mean, you put, okay, I should show you the back of it too.
Yeah.
Put in like this,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that's how you operate it. So it's really good because like a lot of times when I, like I say, use a demonstration, or a lot of times, you know, like I say, I talk to women that have been through a lot, is they'll hold it and then they'll go like this, and that makes it all sad. And then you'll see them hold it. I mean, I've done workshops that women will hold this and they'll start to cry, you know, and it's like, oh boy. So yeah, so it's just an amazing teaching tool. Like I think every gynecologist should have one of these in their office. I mean, because it's really nice. It's super easy. It's not scary. That's my friend's little patch that she makes right there. Winter's Vulva puppet. And then it comes with this great card. Like these are, there we go.
Wow.
These are all other beautiful ones she's made. Yeah.
Oh, she made a bunch.
That's a ton of custom work too. And that Dory Lane, vulvapuppet.com.
Nice.
So, yeah, handmade in California since 1993. That's how far back we go.
Very
so
cool.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So I'll have to make a little video for her and post it with the vulva puppet with eyes.
Oh, she'll love it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Very cool.
So keeping, you know, with the theme of googly eyes.
I like how that's the theme, is googly eyes.
The theme is googly.
It's not anything else. It's googly eyes.
Something's creeping up on the screen, Barb. Should we be worried?
Perhaps. Perhaps indeed. No.
Hello. How are you today? I'm Mr. Happy. I bet you are.
Yeah, that pink mushroom.
A pink mushroom.
That's it. It's a big mushroom. Don't or sometimes a little mushroom. Right? Yes. Oh, so you can do really great shows with Mr. Happy right here. So do you want to?
He's getting happier.
Do you want me to stop? No. So that's the googly eyesness of him. So he is kind of cute. I was going to make a little face for the bottom and stick it on, but I didn't. There we go. So that's Mr. Googly Eyes.
Is that how much of Mr. Googly Eyes we're saying?
Does he get taller? Is Barb's question. Oh, look at
my question.
If I use my right hand, yes, he does.
Just checking. That's fine.
That one.
We figured that one out.
Here comes Mr. Googly Eyes rising to the occasion. I'll just keep getting up on the screen.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Just, you know, there's people who can't leave the computer. They're
well, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. Happy.
Oh, yes, he looks a little different.
Okay, thanks. It takes balls to do that. Yes, it does. Okay, that's Mr. All right. Let's got 2 more fun things, too. Okay, so
you were
I'll leave this
working
in the
on
back.
something. Google, what did we
Yeah.
get? Oh, look.
It's called an orgy. These
It's an
are
orgy.
little dolls.
Oh.
Aren't they the cutest thing? They're anatomically correct. And I think they're made in Guatemala. Let's see, move this way, right? I think they're made in Guatemala. So I got like a ton of them when I found them, and I make little funny videos with them, as you can imagine. And then I realized that. Wait a second.
Waiting a second.
Because we're little equal opportunity here. So this is like, this is what a lot of porno movies look like.
That's what your bag is.
Getting into porn, but you know.
That's it. That's it. Yes, with my little cloth dolls. Like I say, from Guatemala, you can probably find them somewhere on the internet. So now the last one, I think, is pretty remarkable.
Serious moment here.
I know.
Remarkable.
Because toys are really amazing. And they're making all different ones with incredible technology. Like I said, rechargeable, but silicone, bendable, quiet. I mean, pretty amazing. So I thought this one would be really a good one to show. Wait, let me think here. Make sure it's doing the right thing. Okay, I don't need it to vibrate, but I do need it to do something else that it does. I know.
What does it do, Barb? What does it do?
You ready?
I said I'm hoping for lights.
So that's its little tongue that's going.
I see.
I should have left Barb on the screen, for that was a great reaction.
La 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 la.
Oh.
Thing is what it needs.
Oh,
So I think the eyes have it for this one.
definitely.
Yeah.
You can kind of change it, you know, how much they're gonna love you. La, 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 la. So this one's pretty funny. So I should crack this out. I have a meeting later today.
Yeah, that should just be your, not your head, you know, don't show your
Yeah,
head.
don't show your face. Just have
Just
that and talk.
What?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Every time you talk, just turn it on.
Exactly. So yeah. So what?
That's a little conversation.
Yeah. This one's really good, huh?
That's
So
pretty
let me see if you can see it better this way. Wait a second. I turn off my ring light. Maybe it's too much light in there. Right. It's not cooperating. So yeah, but I mean, isn't this the most hysterical one? So now this is what it does. Is the body of it bends. So this can be used internally and then that externally for a good time. But I just love the way this is like this. So yeah,
great with the eyes.
Buddy, yeah. So that's my. He's talking a lot now here. Okay, there you go.
There he has a lot to say.
Exactly. So rechargeable, that's a little hole right there where you recharge it. So yeah, so this one's pretty entertaining to say the least.
For sure.
Definitely, to say the least. And in our last few minutes, are you going to show us what you were working on, or was that it? Were you putting eyeballs on everybody?
Oh, yeah.
I was putting eyeballs on everybody. It's a dirty job.
Very cool. I was so mesmerized into the game, I stopped working on my penguin. But it looked like, Barb, you were still drawing.
Yeah, I kept on tracing because it's a good. So I finished the sketch of it before we got into the game, and I'm good with doing those things. So.
Oh, good.
Oh,
great.
Oh, that's very good. And who is that a quote from, you said?
Was it William Burroughs? Oh, Austin Burroughs, I believe.
She's Googling right now, everyone.
No, Augustine Burroughs.
Augustine. I love it.
It's one I have a folder full of quotes that I like. And this felt good for today.
It felt perfect for today. That was an excellent quote.
Like,
Do you agree, Kim? Excellent quote.
Absolutely. It's a
So-
good one for sure.
Kim, that was the first time we played a game on the show, and I think it was very successful. I think
so,
the googly eyes just brought it to an extra level.
Yeah.
I know, huh?
Do you use the
Game, I
googly
know.
eyes while you're teaching? You should use them maybe while you're teaching little kids. I think
Yeah,
the googly
because they
eyes
can
would be
relate
fun.
to them and it doesn't make things scary to them.
It's
Mhm.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Very cool.
it's
Definitely good
right.
having the googly
So,
eyes.
so Barb, do you have any last minute questions?
Well, we know where we can find Kim Ayers at Kim Ayers on all social.
and the adult website, grandopening.com. So
Ooh.
yeah, I'm doing Cameo now, which is quite entertaining.
Oh.
And you have a Patreon.
Patreon, Kim Ayers
And-
grand opening. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And do you have any workshops coming up, or
was
are you
just
doing virtual
anything
workshops or
exciting
anything?
coming up? Yeah.
Any-
that you're-
Anything exciting coming up?
It's all exciting. Actually, well, the the U.S. Big Adult Convention is in January every year.
Mhm.
So we're doing it virtually. That's the one in Vegas, which gets a worldwide following. So I've just been given the responsibility to be running the toy section of it. So
Oh.
it'll be pretty interesting. Yeah, because we usually have a B2B awards show that's only trade. I emceed it last year, and they asked me to kind of take it and run with it this year. And what'll be exciting is we'll be doing a live broadcast from their studio in the Valley, of course, from the studio of the company that puts it on. And so the people that'll be watching it will be mainstream, as in mainstream that are watching the stream of the porno convention. So it's not going to be B2B. So I'm going to use it to, do a lot of teaching with the vulva puppet and all sorts of stuff. So while it's an award show, so that should be pretty fun, because it'll be, not preaching to the choir, but to a whole different market and stuff. And yeah, so that'll be good.
Very cool. And does it cost money to watch that stream? Or?
I guess it will. Yeah, I have no
That
idea
makes
how much or what. So
Because that would be not adult topic. That would be adult topic, possibly leading you into content, which is a little different than what we were just doing, possibly. But
yeah. I mean, for the people that sign on to watch it, they're hoping to see what you get on other websites. But I don't know what the other people are going to be doing, but I know what I'm going to be doing. So
that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very cool.
So that'll be good. That'll be getting busier and busier as it's the January 21st is the broadcast date for the award. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it because I'm doing a lot of work on it. So that'll be fun.
Cool. Yay.
Yeah.
So that's what's keeping me busy. And then doing videos is Lady Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into Santa.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Santa, I know. I wear so many different hats with so many different personas. So
I love it.
broadcast.
Well, you have to be on another time. Well, maybe we'll get just a picture of you as Santa and flash it in an upcoming episode. That would be awesome.
That would be
Yeah, I might have one on my.
Oh, you might have one on your phone while you pull that up.
Find it, yeah.
Yay! Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going. Well, we are looking for our Santa picture of Kim, thanking Kim for being on the show and conducting this game that the audience loved, saying you can come back in the future. Oh, no, look, we got a picture. Santa Kim.
There we go.
On her motorcycle.
And yes, I ride motorcycles, and those of you who are trying to figure it out, wait, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
That
How to
too.
use the motorcycle correctly.
Got the motorcycle, just twist it.
We'll have a motorcycle episode next time.
That could be fun. That could be
That
fun.
would be totally fun. Okay. Well, thank everybody for watching. Thanks again, Kim, for being on. Thanks, Barb, for showing up. Thanks, everyone who's watching the recording. And we'll see you next time.
Excellent.
Bye.